This special grand jury is here today is to find out if the accused is innocent of sedition and treason against the United States of America. The accused now stands before this court a guilty man for his violations of PA US151, and he will be punished accordingly unless he's proven otherwise. In accordance with Public Act US151-4.5, Subchapter 5, Paragraph 3, a capital judgment shall be applied to any and all persons guilty of undermining the national security of the United States by causing any of its citizens to conform to any religious beliefs other than that to which the state has officially sanctioned. US 151-5.11, Subchapter 3.
Again, absent technologies, I'll continue to remind you, is the corporation that developed the program that allows us to be able to trace the existence of seditious and treasonous acts along all forms of electronic communication throughout the country.
Excuse me here now. I'm off. Hey.
Agent Smith with the SIS. You're under arrest. You're already guilty of it, right? You mean selling anything you say will be held against you. Come on with me, buddy. Let's go.
I think you have the wrong man. Do you know who I am?
Yes.
Get out my way.
Mr. Epstein Corporation, again, absent technologies, I'll continue to remind you, is the corporation that developed the program that allows us to be able to trace the existence of seditious and treasonous acts along all forms of electronic communication throughout the country.
I need to get out of here right now. Just give me my one phone call. I need to speak to my attorney right now. You're making a big mistake. It's like you're making a big mistake. Big and very bad mistake. I need to speak to my attorney right now. Get me that phone call right now. Do you know who you're messing with? Do you know who I really am? Get me out of here. You can't do this. This is illegal. You know the law. Get me out of here. I need to be out of here.
We're here. We're at the airport now. We're leaving. Pick him up at the detention center, but make sure that you have his attorney with him. You got that? All right, good. See you then. Hope we get this trial over quickly.
Get the man accused before we get there.
He's guilty, so what's there to try?
And I tell you like this.
Paragraph 4 further states that the state sanction of religious religious freedom is intended to provide a uniform code of conduct Many people were ridiculed for non-Christian beliefs. But after the Los Angeles confrontations of last year and the Oklahoma bombing and Branch Davidians incident of some years ago, Public Act US151 was signed by the President of the United States, giving the Secretary of the National Security Office complete that Jesus, who the accused believes to be the Savior, is the only true and living God. The defendant, having entered a plea of not guilty, has been provided his constitutional rights under US151. Now, does the defendant still wish to maintain a not guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor, I plead not guilty.
You may. Very well. At the request of the federal attorney, I'm going to allow Mr. Epstein's attorney to represent him to expedite this special hearing.
This man has corrupted the minds of many of our children. In and around school buildings, he has been linked to the dispensing of seditious material proclaiming that Jesus Christ is the only true and living God. Now, the state does not want to rob Mr. Epstein of his constitutional right, Your Honor, but the state also has an obligation to the welfare of its citizens. The right to walk. This man sitting right here, Your Honor, makes the outrageous claim that he is not a Christian, but he is. Their actions should no way. We have video testimony to prove against him, showing him that he has been involved in that anyone who goes against his religious beliefs are going to go to hell. Mr. Epstein is guilty of robbing 200 people of their God-given right to worship their true God of their hearts. He is guilty of clearly going against the lines of US 151, and we have strong, concrete videotape evidence to show that he is guilty.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Epstein, is one of this country's most upstanding citizens. As the Chief Executive Officer of Epstein Technologies, he is well aware, as are that U.S. Public Act 151 is a zero-tolerance law. Mr. Epstein is the Chief Executive of Epstein Technologies, one of this country's most powerful and influential corporations. All of that to convert one person, let alone 200? The idea is silly at best. Mr. Epstein's corporation, again, Epstein Technologies, I'll continue to remind you, is the corporation that developed the program that allows us to be able to trace the existence of seditious and treasonous acts along all forms of electronic communication throughout the country. His program, Cipher 1, is, let me again state, the reason we are able to be here today. Without this gentleman's program, Cipher 1, it would be impossible for any of us to trace the seditious and treasonous acts that go on every day. The reason that this trial is going on is there are people in this world who would like to see this man dead. And if they can't see this man dead, they want to see his good name tarnished, destroyed, beyond his ability to continue his work with Epstein Technologies, which, as I said before, is the reason we are able to keep our nation as strong as we are by providing the ability to prevent, or at least not prevent, but trace the seditious and treasonous acts of our country. The final issue is this. The federal prosecutor based almost her entire introductory statements to the fact that he is a Christian. The fact that he is a Christian and he acts as a Christian. My friends, here in the court, most respected, he is not on trial for being a Christian. The reason for the existence of this court is to see whether or not he committed seditious and treasonous acts. Christianity is a state-sanctioned religion in this country. The fact that he is a Christian, the fact that he acts as a Christian, is not a crime. Thank you.
Mr. Epstein, please take the stand. Guards. Sit down.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Epstein. How are you?
Fine.
I would like to begin the questioning to talk a little bit about a program that we sponsored at the beginning of last year. There were about 20 people, close friends, family members, a few business associates. They all attended this program. How shall I call it? It was something like a retreat.
Objection, Your Honor, to the use of the word retreat. It implies some sort of religious outing which has not been established at this point.
Objection overruled.
Excuse me?
Objection overruled.
I guess I can use the word to retreat. Great. Mr. Epson, does your company sponsor retreats?
Yes.
Okay, does your company pay for these retreats?
We pay for all. I wouldn't like to use the word retreat, but we pay for all outings. If you may, as the judge allowed retreats, yes, we pay for all of that. But what is the point?
How is it that you can have 20 people to attend one of these retreats?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Rephrase the question.
Well, let's back up a little further. These retreats that your company has sponsored has caused many people to convert their religious beliefs. Many
Your
have
Honor,
voiced
objection. The
concerns.
federal
about
prosecutor
behavior
hasn't
changes.
established that he's
I
converted
will
anyone.
further along if I'm given the opportunity, Your
But
Honor.
until you prove that, you can't assert it.
He just said that his company sponsors religious retreats.
No, he said that his company sponsors outings.
No,
not religious
his
retreats.
company-
He said
no.
he didn't know what you were talking about.
No, he initially said.
Objection overruled.
Does your company sponsor employee enrichment training programs?
Is it now the ability of the state to investigate my employees'
What are you talking
religious
about?
belief?
Just answer
Because-
the question, Mr. Epson. Does your company sponsor employee training programs?
Your Honor,
Yes or no?
Your Honor, is it necessary to
Your
have
Honor,
these
he's not
lights?
even answering the question. Answer the question.
Your Honor, can I have a glass of water, please? And is it necessary for these lights to be this close?
You want water?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Guard. Give him water.
Thank you.
Jeez, I'm sorry, Mr. Epson. Here's your water.
There's your water.
Proceed, Your Honor.
Yes, proceed.
Thank you.
The lights.
Guard, fix the light. Give him some light, guard. Will that do, Mr. Epson?
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Let's back up. And I will talk slowly so maybe we can move this along and you can understand where I'm coming from. Does your company sponsor employee enrichment training programs?
Yes, we do.
Does your company pay for those training programs?
Yes, we pay for all types of outings.
Okay, outings. So how is it that people, about 20 of these people, were able to leave on Friday morning to one of these outings and then come back on Monday morning with completely religious beliefs changed.
Objection, Your Honor. Is it now the practice of the state to investigate his employees' religious beliefs?
Objection overruled. Let him finish talking.
Your Honors.
Answer the question, Mr.
I said objection overruled.
Yes.
I am still unaware of my employees' beliefs, their spiritual or religious beliefs. I would believe that whatever beliefs they had prior to leaving for that weekend retreat, as you put it, would be the same when they return on Monday. But I am not aware of my employees' religious beliefs.
Then I'm a little confused. I'm openly telling you employee enrichment programs, and now you keep telling me retreats. Are
Objection,
they
Your Honor.
training programs or are they retreats, Mr. Epstein?
Objection,
We're
Your
surprised that they have some religious, biblical concepts tied to them. I
Objection,
wanna
Your Honor.
go
The
through
federal
this.
prosecutor is badgering the witness.
I am simply trying to understand what your defendant is saying.
The federal
just don't know
prosecutor
what he's doing.
finished her opening statement earlier in the trial. This is no longer the time for monologues or statements. This is supposed to be a question and answer session. Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, let's back up a little bit then. Can we clarify whether these training programs are retreats or simply training programs?
To the best of my knowledge, it is a training program.
Okay, Mr. Epson. From what I understand from some of the employees, we do have some testimony with these employees stating that they were given some type of biblical passages and different types of religious concepts at these training sessions. Can you explain that for us?
What my training really brings out is, for one, to look deep into themselves and bring out the true and, I guess, the best part about all of us are, deep within ourselves. That is what my program is geared to do. So when you bring out the best of you, obviously, you go back to work, you would be at a more positive and environment, not only around you, but mentally, you would be able to be more productive. And that is, to the best of my knowledge and ability, that's what our company does and bring out. And the attorney wants to put that as being a retreat. I'm not sure about that.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, because this is a joke, and no disrespect to you, Your Honor. We have video testimony that clearly shows some of Epson Technology employees complaining that some of their family members who are employees of Epson Technologies have changed. Their religious beliefs have changed. They've acted differently, and I'd like to display some of this video testimony, if you will, Your Honor.
May I caution you, Mr. Epstein, about perjury?
Good evening. WNEW News time is 9 o'clock. Tomorrow will be hazy, hot, and very humid. Detailed weather as always at 1:15 the hour. Top story is now. Unnamed sources at the Pentagon say that they are investigating the use of a handheld nuclear device. Sources say that links have been made once again to the missing founder of Epson Technologies. It has been widely speculated that Peter Epson is behind an international terrorist group that opposes the technological development of third world countries by the United States. Though reports are sketchy, sources say that 10 days ago in Ethiopia, an 80 square mile area was made uninhabitable by what analysts are calling an unscheduled discharge of an unauthorized nuclear device. Though no links to Peter Epson's terrorist group have yet been made, the company once headed by Peter Epson manufactured the explosive device. Cause for concern? Full story online at www.jstan1.net/peterepson.html. In other news, international outrage continues.